And Microsoft, we want to touch on cloud, and
yeah,
I guess people still don't have Windows. Some people, I guess. I just, remember the demise of Microsoft long ago? It never, ever happened. Nadella, unbelievable earnings. The shares are higher. Earnings of $2.27 beat estimates by 20 cents, a jump in revenue of nearly 22% year over year. Also beat estimates. Current quarter guidance also exceeded expectations. They got a great cloud business in Azure, but then when you see that at 20%, just makes me think, how did this guy selling books online figure this out to have 40% of the market? And then another thing that I thought of, Stephanie, I mean, Alphabet, Google, take your pick, Amazon. Did we know when the pandemic was starting that it was going to be such a boon for certain companies? I mean, initially we thought, wow, we're shutting down. This is going to be so bad for the economy. We're going to have a recession. The market's going to go to zero. I mean, this isn't just a little boost. This pulled forward 10 years worth of transformation in people, the way they operate and do business. It's incredible. Keeps happening.
Well, and you know what? And they capitalized on it, right? I mean, and they executed. That's the whole thing. The only thing that's negative on Microsoft is that it trades at 35 times earnings. It's expensive, but it's a compounder. I was looking for anything to actually look at on the negative side. There was not one thing, not one negative part to this quarter. It was really quite astounding. Total revenues beat. Margins, operating margins grew 200 basis points. Cloud, broad-based cloud, 34%, accelerated from 31% last quarter. Azure, as you mentioned, 48% versus 45% last quarter. Their Power Platform, monthly active users grew 76%, and security customers grew 50%. So there's not one thing here that's negative at all, other than the valuation. But this should be a core holding. Unfortunately, I don't own it. I do own the Alphabet, though, so at least there's that.
I mean, I can remember 5, 6, 7 years ago, we had analysts. Vince Farrell, the late, great Vince Farrell, was like, I'm not playing in the real stretch tech sector. I'm going with old tech, Microsoft, and I'm buying that. It was like 50. It was like 50 or something. He said, I think it's safer. It's got, it's not quite as. It became new tech, Microsoft, in the last 5 or 6 years. And it turned into...
They reinvented themselves. Yeah, they reinvented themselves. Rare. Absolutely. Right? So it is rare. It is rare. I will tell you, I do think that, talk about old tech, I do think there's a chance that IBM could actually catch up. They have a ways to go, but they're actually trying to transform themselves as well into cloud, AI, blockchain, growth businesses, spinning off, some slower growth businesses as well. But they've got a ways to go in terms of execution and consistency, and to see if they can actually
IBM
prove
could be like Microsoft?
They can do it. I kind of do. I really do. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah. I mean, it's nowhere
praise.
Near.
Is that the value investor in you speaking?
Of course it is. Of course it is. But no, I mean, look at what they're doing. They're spinning off businesses. They're making a ton of acquisitions. They bought Red Hat. That business continues to grow. And the stock trades at a very cheap multiple. You get a yield while you wait for the transformation. I'm not saying it's going to be Microsoft, but I think there's a shot that this transformation that is so underappreciated that it actually can work over time.